welcome to another episode of Good Dawning. My name is Josh, also known as Mr. Floyd, and yeah, we are here. We are okay. We're surviving, and we will discuss. But grateful that you are here. Lots of more fast change in my universe. Hopefully, it'll equal outside change at some point, which is happening, but bigger. But yeah, so how are we doing this dawning, guys? Welcome to a Good Dawning. We are live Monday through Friday at 7:30 or 6 o'clock a.m. My time, which would be Mountain Time, or 8 o'clock if you're on the East Coast, and 5 a.m. if you're on the West Coast there. I almost gave away my old time there. But yeah, we switched times a couple of weeks ago, and here we are. And no matter what, generally, I don't think it's going to change. All right, so welcome, guys. Grateful for each and every one of you here. And yeah, so if you were here yesterday, it was a totally different show. We're going to let people pile in for a minute. Since they were just sitting on my table already, and we used them yesterday, but we use them again today. We have the Divine Master. There you go. The Divine Masters deck by Kyle Gray. So we're going to use that. We've got the Rose Quartz. Definitely some healing needed in my universe. We're going to use that. We'll explain. And we have the Curve cards. The 2002 Cologne of the year, right? So yeah, so the curve cards, we'll do high speed energetics here. We'll give it a few minutes, see who and what piles in here, and kind of take it from there. But we'll slow down a little bit. Say good dawning, Teresa. Welcome, Millie, bless, Helene. Thank you for waking. I'm grateful that you shifted your schedule for us. Thank you. I love you, Lucky. Much love, brother. Suzette and your Sunnyverse. Grateful for every inch of you. Thank you, Suzette, for being here. Amanda. And all right, guys. Love you all. And Teresa, of course. Thank you, Teresa. Who's live on Tuesdays and Thursdays, by the way. Teresa Wounds to Wisdom. Teresa, check her out and please subscribe. And all right, guys. We'll give it a few more moments here, but my phone is at 77. Saw 747 a while ago. Lots of sevens. Good, because I could use the lucky change. That's what 7 is definitely about. At least one of the aspects of 7. But we're going to give it a moment or two, see if anybody else piles in, maybe, and see what we got. But yeah, I'll explain yesterday. Lottie B, good dawning. And our shorter show and what's going on in my universe. Lots of overnight. So if you missed my show yesterday, I've got 12 here. Tina, good dawning, and Amanda, beautiful family. My dad actually picked up and moved his right leg while walking. Favor. That's awesome, Amanda. Favor. We see him walking. We see him healed. Favor to Amanda's dad. We see him in the highest loving light. That's amazing. All right. So yesterday, what happened yesterday? Hi there. I can't read your, unfortunately. Witchy Trista, good dawning. And thank you. Your video last night. I did your video last night. I have to leave a comment because I actually fell asleep watching your video, Trista, which is a good sign because yeah, if I've been keyed up and such. So, but thank you. Amazing. Thank you, Josh. How have you been trying to get to this point for months now? We've been trying. I got gas this morning. 1888. Oh, awesome. Lindsay, good dawning. All right, there's 20 of us here, so that Jen, grateful. You guys piled in here. All right, so here's what Bonnie Binsky. Love you, Bonnie. Thank you. And speaking of Bonnie Binsky here, I just wanted to show you this because it's still here. I haven't moved. It's right in front of me every day. Thank you. If you didn't see that, Bonnie, your little note sits right in front of me as I do good dawning every day. So thank you. It means a lot. And so yeah. So from my end, that's some interesting news. And I was headed, and I'll be honest, you know, I've said it, I've been here for a year, and most of the time I've been pretty even keeled. I've been pretty yay and all that. Even when my life is Victor, good dawning, brother. Truth Wave Energy Meditation, 9:45 in the dawning, 9:45 in the evening. Check it out. Good stuff. But no, from my end, it's been you've been on the journey for the past year with me. It's slow and steady, right, to say the least. But you see my struggles and what's up and down and all of that. Well, I learned something completely new, and I guess it's not something I learned. It's All right. So when I was 2, my mother ended up in the hospital, and she had Crohn's disease, and she was gone for 6 weeks. My father, being who he is, he's never framed himself out and lives out of guilt and shame, um, and so either it's his programming, or he's programmed, or he's, I don't know. I'm not saying he's an NPC or anything, but who the heck knows? But nonetheless, so we hired this babysitter, and well, we're just going to leave it. You can get the idea. So my mother was gone in the hospital for 6 weeks. He never took me to the hospital for one, so that leaves an abandonment wound, right? To see my mother, and then the babysitter that I was with 10 hours a day with when my dad was at work and then in the hospital and whatnot. Yeah, you don't have to say what she did, but once you figure it out, we'll leave it alone at that. So yeah, so I kind of woke up to all of the abuse that the babysitter laid on me, and really I had cleared all of my trauma. And I can't say cleared all of my traumas; it's impossible. But I had cleared a good chunk of what's. So this was like kind of. I kept wondering when my frame was still out of space, and why I was still extraordinarily anxious, anxieties, and whatnot. You think at this point, in meditating for 5 years, there'd be. Well, we figured out why. It's exactly that. So yeah, so there's a lot more involved, but so I've conversed with my mother as well, and so basically from 2 years old, 2.5, till just maybe yesterday, day before. Really, I've been carrying that trauma with me, all of that abusive trauma, and living in that space and not realizing it. So at 2.5, my mother came home from the hospital. I turned my back on her, and I never turned it back. I turned to my father and talked to my father, but I didn't realize he's just as equally. But now I realize that he didn't even want to hear it when my mother came back from the hospital and said, "What the hell did you do to my son?" So, and he didn't see it. My mother kind of saw it, but it's what it is. And so at 2, I couldn't express anything. 2.5, I couldn't really express anything. So I've been carrying all this crap. I guess you can call it crap. Just carrying it since 2.5, and so that explains everything in my universe. It explains everything. So yesterday when it all kind of came to a head, I had talked to my mother the day before. So yeah, we are talking very little, but we are talking. Grateful, and not even very little. We're talking. And so at any rate, because yeah, it turns out in the situation that I'm in, sometimes things are inversed, right? And so it was, I was the one who rejected my mother. As karmic as she became, she only had to become karmic because I would tell her I was ruder than I really thought I ever was to my mother. And so I carried that trauma when I was 2.5 of her leaving and going to the hospital, and then my dad bringing in the world's greatest babysitter. We'll leave it at that. And so, yeah, all of it came to a head yesterday. And so yesterday I found out that, yes, that things happened, and that, yes, I've been carrying that trauma. And so it all kind of, then I look at my universe and go, wow, there's nobody in my life. Even 5 years, after the dark, wait a minute. Now it all starts to make sense, right? So in that aspect, more healing to do, but it's already, I can see my patterns in relation to what happened. I can see what's left. And really what's left at this point is the patterns and such that are all left from unhealed trauma. So at least now my mother and I have a place to stand. She was the one who actually said, I think that happened. And then it poof. Yeah. Anyways. And so, nonetheless, guys, so, but that did put me into space. Now I'm talking with my mom because it was me who turned away on her, and I didn't realize why. All this was blocked, and mostly. And so when it came through here, it's like, wait a minute. So yeah, my mother isn't as karmic as we think she is. It was me who was the karmic son who had my mother then had to like, hello, are you there? Hey, asshole, are you there? That sort of thing. Are you alive? And so yeah, because she'd make dinner apparently, and I know what memories I do have. She'd make dinner. I'd walk out of the room and all kinds of stuff. And I never realized, really understood why I was so angry with her and all that. And so it all kind of falls into place. So there we go. That was yesterday, to say the least. So once it kind of hit me, and it's like I'm trying to. And I mean, I had a conversation with my mom a couple hours after Good Dawning, and it balanced everything up. But yeah, so trying to hold up Good Dawning yesterday, with all that just being so fresh and floating and not being processed in any form or fashion, in any way. And it's not. I mean, it's going to take a while to process, but I'm fine. I mean, it's 40 something years ago, 50 years ago. And so I can get that. I'm cool with that. It's more the lost time, the fact that I was running around traumatized. And now what's left is the trauma from that. Gratefully, timing, the universe has impeccable timing to show me what I need. Because had that happened like 5 years ago and it all kind of jumbled in, I wouldn't know what trauma is what, and trying to clear all that would have been a mess. But since I spent 5 years, 7 years in the dark night of the soul, most of my trauma has been cleared. What was left, I didn't understand until now. And so now I can see my patterns. I can see why, this, that, and the other. And so all of that is, clearing, and now we got to start clearing that. And so, yeah. So that's where we're at. So that's why we couldn't really, it wasn't the easiest to do good dawning yesterday or anything else. I mean, it got better real fast. I don't need to sit in it. It was so many years ago. What I need to do now is heal the trauma that I have that's been created in myself that has left me sitting in an apartment by myself for 7 years, right? 5 years. That has left me with crappy jobs for 5 years because it's all that energy. And I never understood why. It's like, it cannot be from their divorce that it's that heavy. I already knew that the relationship, I was understanding that my parents' relationship at 5 years old when they got divorced was already pretty much unsettled and pretty much, not the best relationship. I'd seen them fighting and this and that, and they knew it wasn't my fault. So in that aspect, so the hidden greater trauma, and this is a lesson for everybody here. There's no specifics here, but what is there something hiding in your attic? I don't know. But for me, I'd always questioned if something goofy happened to me when I was a child, and I never, but you just kind of question it. What do you do? But yeah, now it all makes sense why I felt less than everybody. What surprises and amazes me, and maybe you guys can sit down and sit through this here real quick before we'll initiate the show here, so to speak, is that I've been able to do good dawning. I've been able to do all this with that trauma still inside me. I carried that trauma since age 2 and somehow figured out how to function all the way through without getting through school. And it blows my mind. So with that trauma gone, look out, universe, because we've managed to do all this, and we've managed to get here, almost headed towards 1,000 subs, doing good dawning for a year. I haven't blown my brains out. I haven't lost my mind, per se, and all of that with that trauma hidden inside me, uncleared. And it's not like it's cleared, but now that it's known, my whole body, a lot of my tension in my body's gone. Right? There's a whole different level of how I see it looks a lot more technicolor out there. I'm looking out the window. It looks a lot more technicolor out there. So, knowing this now is a good thing, but, sheesh. Yeah, I mean, I say wasted, but yeah, I mean, I put a lot of energy into things that, right. And it was all based off of the trauma that I was carrying. And so, yeah, so now that trauma is exposed and it's not healed, but healing. And I don't know if I'll do therapy or anything for it, but seeing the patterns, because I mean, we become experts in some fashion in clearing and realizing trauma patterns and clearing them, right? Scotty boy, good dawning. And so from that end, as we work to clear the trauma, Umar Jab, I suggest me some books to read. Conversations with God, book 1. Start there. If you can get it, if that's the book I started with. There you go. Neil Donald Walsh, Conversations with God, book 1. Blindly Inspired, good dawning. So if you if you just showed up here, Krista, yesterday I discovered that I had 2 years, 2.5, and if you're all new, anybody who just joined us, 2.5, I was left with a babysitter. My mother went to the hospital for 6 weeks to Crohn's disease, and I never was taken to the hospital. I didn't know where she was. In that aspect, my father was pretty karmic with that. Then he hired a babysitter that left me with trauma wounds. Yes, apparently she was pretty nasty, and it's all kind of come to poof. And so, yeah, so that kind of came to fruition yesterday. And so with that, then here we go. So here we are, guys, with new healing to be done. But as that healing goes, then yeah, that was you wonder why sometimes you're not exactly why things aren't moving the way you want them to. Why it's like, why am I not meeting anybody? That's why, because I'm carrying that resonant trauma, and I was carrying it in my frame. now that I know it, we can work with it. But yeah, so there we go, guys. That's what happened with Good Dawning yesterday. It was more fresh than unprocessed trauma. So I just couldn't hold it up. I'm not going to lie to you guys, and I'm not going to give you a fake show. I can't do that to myself, nor to you. You deserve better than that. Everybody does. And so I thought it best to just end the show yesterday. And then I ended up conversing with my mom, who apologized herself for becoming karmic. But if you have a son who literally she makes dinner and then says F you and walks into the bedroom and closes the door, or says let's go to the grocery store and walks the other way in the parking lot, or we were in an apartment, or hi, how are you, and just turns his back. Apparently I've done a lot of that. All of that. I mean, it's all based on the fact that I the abandonment wound and trauma wound, and my mother abandoned me, and then I got unsafe, right? And so I looked at her as somebody who created unsafe situations in my universe. You have to see that. And so in that aspect, I carried that whole broken 2-year-old, 2.5-year-old who, when my mother got home and she tried to feed me, I'd flip the food over. I didn't eat for weeks. I'd flip the food over. She'd send me to bed, and I'd scream and turn the light on and whatever it was. She'd try to talk to me, and I'd walk away. All of it. Yeah, I've still been carrying that energy for 48 years, 49 years. And so, exactly. So that's where we're at, guys. So it's good that it's out. It's clear, clearing one day at a time. We'll find my reframe, and drop all that energy. And yeah, crazy. But so that's what it is. So that's why I couldn't sit on the show yesterday, and I wasn't going to give you a fake show in any aspect. Never will. We love you. You are who you are, brother. Thank you. Thank you, Scotty. And thank you all for being here. And I appreciate it. We're all human, and it blows my mind that I've been able to do this with a smile, carrying all that energy. I had no idea. I just had this inkling, right? And then I turned the inkling into, well, maybe it's my mother's trauma from her abuse and passed down generationally through the DNA, right? And part of it probably is, but no, it's my trauma too. All right, guys. So we've been cutting cards here while I've been rambling. 17 minutes. Thank you, guys. So yeah, let's cut the cards here and see what we get as far as energy for today. That's the same, the Divine Masters cards. It's the same. I had them on my table from yesterday. All right, so let's see what we get. Before we do, move my coffee, because that could be gross. You never put Florida water in your coffee? It's not the best idea. So I don't know if you can see the mist, but the energy effect is still there, right? Then let it rain on me. There we go. Whee! Florida water. That was my grandma's house. Fatima, good dawning. All right, guys. So let's cut the cards here. And Hershey, Lindsay. Let's see what we got here, Lindsay. It can be complicated with all the trauma. We just do the best we can do from where we are. Exactly. But recognizing the trauma, now I can go, wait a minute, this pattern equals that. Oh, right. I did this because, oh, right. Okay. So what trauma patterns I have left that haven't cleared, I didn't know why I still had them. I was like, why am I still trauma reacting? Now I know why. And so now I can clear these, at least be cognizant, right? But yeah, I don't know. All right, so let's see what we got here. Thank you, Krista. Is this guy an astrologist? No, I don't know much in astrology. I taught myself a very little, and I love astrology, but I don't stay attached to it. I'm more free. But no, astrology. Yeah, here's the issue. Cancer is squared. Jupiter squaring Saturn. This is exactly what Jupiter squaring Saturn, the current astrology in me. On the 9th, Jupiter moved into Cancer, which is humongous expansion. Generally, you'll get it 4 or 5 times or more in your life where Jupiter will move into your sign. And but this time, of course, with Cancer, there's generally, and I'm not trying to be karmic about it, an emotional catch. It's just what it is. We're the emotional basin of the world, right? And so in this aspect, Cancer, it's not just Jupiter moves in, it's squaring off on Saturn, right? This is the squared off Saturn. Finding out that I was, I don't need to say what happened. You guys get it. But yelled at, screamed at, punched, and more. 6 weeks straight, pretty much in and out all day. My father didn't see it. And I cried to him, and he didn't care. According to my mother, he couldn't have seen us without a paper bag, but I don't know. That's my mother, though, and she's karmic to my dad. But nonetheless, so yeah, so this would be Saturn squaring off of Jupiter. This exact finding this out, this knowledge, this energy, the shift in my universe, the regrounding with my mother now in some fashion, and seeing my dad in a whole new light. Crazy as it is. And that's saying we're not still going to Chicago or anything else. I don't know where. I mean, we're doing something, but we're not going to be here. It's either Chicago or Cincinnati, most likely at this point. But yeah, so from that end, guys, exactly. So I created the karmic mother because I never spoke to her ever, and I realized that, and that explains why most of my high school years are memory blank. Most of my childhood's a memory blank. So it all kind of fits. All right, so with that, we move forward with good dunning, but that's what, yeah. All right, so let's see what we get for the cards here. We're going to take the bottom card as the energetics for today. Boop. And the top card as 1, 2, and 3, top 3 cards as how to receive or achieve said energetics. I didn't know. No, I had an inkling, but I once I found out about generational trauma and started clearing my mother's and grandfather's generational trauma and all that, and then yeah, and things didn't clear, like still something going on. Yes, exactly. All right, so today's cards, it's the same deck we used yesterday, but the much better energy here. Mother Mary, why you bugging? Right, we're not going to be Run DMC here, but Mother Mary, I need your love. No, we're not going back to the 80s here, but Mother Mary, miraculous encounters, right? So I think I had an energetic miraculous encounter last night, yesterday, finding all this out. But what's the miraculous encounter that's going to happen for you? Divine experiences. Do not be afraid of being powerful. We're all powerful. We're all source walking on earth. You're as powerful as you choose to be. You are the energy of all creation. So you're as powerful as you allow yourself to vibrate. And your vibration is based on how powerful you see yourself. So Mother Mary's coming in to remind you how powerful you are. And of course, you could always, I think it's LL Cool J, or is it Run DMC who did the song Mother Mary from the 1980s? All right, Ishtar, the world's worst movie. No, Ishtar is back with inner learnings. Follow your heart. Truth prevails. And in my case, truth is definitely prevailing, and all these stuck energies. I can tell you the knot in my root and sacral chakra between figuring all this out and Witchy Trista's video of her tuning forks and bowls in last night. Bingo. It's the knot in my sacral chakra is breaking up. So follow your heart. Truth prevails. Inner learnings. All right. So the next card is Melchizedek. So are you part of the order of Melchizedek? Theoretically, if we all are, but as a channeler of Saint Germain, yes, the order of Melchizedek. Are you part of that same order? Most likely. If you're sitting here watching me, yes, we're all part of that divine order of divine knowledge. Higher learning, commit to your vision through study. So what do you need to study? And there may be something. There's 2 things that I'm looking to study and fishing for somebody to teach me. So if you know about past life regression test sessions, right? If you can teach past life regression therapy with me, so I need to know how to learn how to hypnotize, and I need to learn how to do past life regression therapy. If you can help with that, send me an email, Mr. Floyd Channelings with an S @gmail.com. All right, because it's past life regression therapy that helped me to see my core trauma, which is abandonment, which ties into everything that's been going on, everything I just mentioned for the past 17 minutes. All right. Hilaron is the last card here, guys. There we go. Hilaron. And it's a divine emergence, be seen. Let the world know your gifts. So this is Hilaron energy right here, right? Be seen, see and be seen. Allow yourself to be seen and don't hide yourself. There's a lot of me that's been hidden over the past 49. It's interesting now. It's like I'm brand new in a lot of ways. It's like, all right, I've been living as trauma reaction. And that explains so much of everything. Getting straight, not caring about school, not, Scotty Boy asked me the other day, so what do you have as a trade? And I said, trade? And I kind of laughed. Do you have a trade? And I kind of laughed in the chat. He said that. And I kind of laughed because it's like trade. I mean, I have nothing, and I didn't do any sort of trade, or I'm customer services for those who have no trade, right? And so that's how becoming a great customer service rep because I can talk. Um, but yeah, no, I was karmic against myself. Now I know why. Ugh. So exactly, it's amazing, and really, when you think about how the body, the person adapts. So you adapt your trauma reactions. You adapt the traumatic way to carry yourself through the universe, through the traumas that you have, and find ways to adapt. But yeah, they're not always the best. Anxiety used to be, so fortunately, since yesterday, a lot of that anxiety is already slipping away because it was being built up in the not knowing of what's going on. Why am I? Now that we know, it's like the anxiety falls out. All right, so today, look for a miraculous encounter in your universe. Mother Mary is going to bring that to you in some fashion if you want to listen to the song. You can also go into Spotify and type in Mother Mary, and you will find a old song from the 1980s. You would probably know it, and so there you go. Divine experiences, don't be afraid of being powerful. And so step into your power today. Is there something blocking it? What is your power? And step into it. All right, Ishtar. Inner learnings, inner learnings. There we go. So follow your heart. Truth prevails. What do you need to learn? I need to relearn how to live at this point for myself. And so what I'm going to start doing for myself is anytime I start to come off as far as I know into a trauma reaction, I'm going to freeze myself and work from there. But or an old patterned behavior, not worthy if I say those things, what have you. But since knowing this, some of those patterns, they're not going to miraculously disappear, but they're not as prevalent anymore in any aspect. We love our neighbors from the north. Anybody from the there's a lot of Canadians here, and it's amazing because it's like 5-1 Americans to Canadians, 6-1, and so yeah, but it blows my mind how many Canadians are in the chat, which is awesome. All right, Melchizedek. So divine knowledge, higher learning, follow your heart. Truth prevails. Higher learning. Commit to your vision through study. So there's a few things that I'd like to learn. Like I said, if you know how to do regression therapy, past life therapy, put somebody in hypnosis, send me a email. Be grateful. All right, Hilaron, Mr. Floyd Channelings with an S at gmail.com. All right, LL Cool J, was that it? Is it LL Cool J there who did Mother Mary? So it was Run DMC. You get it's all, at this point in 50 years ago, 40 years, it's all blur. 45, 35 years ago. Divine emergence. Be seen. Let the world know your gifts. So what gifts do you have? Let the world see you guys is basically what this is. And it's a good reading for me, for sure. So step into your power. Learn your truth. What do you want to study? Study it and share your gifts and know it. And it's pretty simple here. So, all right, guys. So what gifts do you have and what are you holding back? If you have a gift in something that you have in your universe, be a clairaudience, whatever it might be, Trista's not holding back on her gifts with her tuning forks. And so whatever gifts that you do have, share those gifts with your universe, with the greater source field, for sure. May find your life a lot better there. But I would feel it. I like that song too, Millie. Eminem is my favorite. Brilliant mind. There you go. Nice. All right. So let's work with the curve cards here. There we go. All right. So part of the show is doing fast energetics. Staying on the ball and being able to work with our intuition, right? And especially now, we're going to go over the world events to as little as possible, but we will make mention of them at some point. And so fast intuition. Play Love remembered I've been called to step up my game yesterday. Childhood friend came, I was 9, 10, 11. He was a biker and realized the milkman's bottles were worth money. And he saved bottles because I had free. Oh, wow. Okay. So you have milk bottles that are worth some money there. Awesome. Hershey, feel free to email me. We can chat and come up with some ideas if you want. Oh, awesome. I am a healer teacher. Awesome. So all of us have something to teach, and of course we're all healers of our, at least if nothing ourselves, but we're healing when we're healing ourselves, so we're also healing the earth. We're healing the greater source field. We're healing our family generational lines. We're healing ourselves and our 80,000 our incarnations here, there, and everywhere else. And so when we start to heal that, it doesn't just heal now, it heals in a bigger way. And as we walk around healed, this flag of healed on you, and you got a flag of healed on Millie, and a flag of healed on Hershey and Umer and Scotty Boy and Lindsay, as we can then walk around in that vibration of healed or healing, even if we're not totally healed, we're never totally healed. Keep that in mind. But as we're walking around healing, we are that resonant vibration. We don't know if you're walking around in the grocery store who you may trigger to heal, start their healing journey. You may trigger somebody to look into themselves. You may just by existing do those things, right? So keep that in mind. If you ever get a gut in your feeling to go to the store, to go here, go there, follow that gut, because that gut could, yeah, you could meet somebody, but maybe you need to be in there to ground somebody else out, and the universe is trying to time you out. So you never know. You might walk past somebody in the bread aisle who's having a day, and your resonant energy, as you stop, maybe smile at them, grab a loaf of bread and move on, is all that they need. They pick up your resonant energy and it goes upwards from there. That's how this works. As we heal each other, we heal the planet, we heal the greater source field, and heal each other. And of course, in the community, we're healing each other at a rapid clip here. All right, guys, so let's work with the curve cards. Much love, Hershey. Weird. No. All right, Umer, tap the blue name. There you go. You can tap the avatar or the blue wrench. All right, so what we're going to do is fast energetics. If you're new here, like Umer, we do red and black on the cards, then we're going to do the face or the suit on the card as well. So we start with red and black. So, and we give you 3 seconds to see it. The idea is, if the shiznit, we don't want to cuss per se, I did once. If the shiznit hits the fan, our intuition is on fire, right? So we can ground into our intuition. If the 14th turns into what they want, but not in my universe, but what they're looking to want. If you end up downtown in your hometown and you need to get away from what might be going on, you need to know to make a left or a right. Follow your intuition, but let your intuition guide you not to take you downtown. That's the point. That's why we're doing all this fast intuition, is so that we can start grounding in to our intuition. When you're really good intuitively, your intuition is at a vibration with the greater source field. It's at a vibration that can pick up incoming energies. It's at a vibration that can pick up the stillness in the air and the tension in the air. Your intuition is pretty damn powerful. And so that's what we're doing to work on that through the curve cards, right? Is to ground into our intuition, so that with what's been going on geopolitically as well around the world, and we'll get into that very little. Again, we were only going to mention it in love and peace. Exactly. There you go. So like for me today, I'm going to go grocery intuitively. I've been told by a few people from this channel and otherwise, go grocery shopping. And so intuitively, I will go and pick up some groceries because, yeah, it's could be an interesting weekend, and it may not be. But again, how do we see the universe as well? But intuitively, yeah, gas your cars too, guys, for sure. Because depending, is gas could, I haven't seen a gas station, but gas could go up overnight, for sure. It probably did, actually. I'm hearing it that it did. So there we go. Yummy Scotty, relationship healing. Hope you enjoyed. All right. Oh my God, Krista had to go buy brie cheese. Yummy. It's like the first time in my fridge there's been no cheese. Who needs a good solid grounding? I'm grounding expert. I'll ground you. Awesome, Scotty. All right, let's see here. Freedom as a kid said he passed in a bike accident when he was mid-20s. He saw me as a kid. I saw him. They were a bikers club. Satch was very special. And the only favor play love remembered. All right. There's a spot in the auric field that holds ancestral trauma. We can stick a fork in there and really help that healing process both up and down the line. Ooh, Trista, we're gonna need more on that. All right, please expand on that. That's amazing. So yeah, this is generational trauma that's healing, but really what's left now is the trauma from being 2.5. And that explains a lot of why I didn't socialize well in school. It was crazy. It just breaks open. Oh, okay, I didn't get a normal life. And now I know why. And I'm not to say it would have been any more normal with my core wound being abandonment, but even this fits the whole abandonment wound cycle, right? So there we go. Chloe, good dunning. All right, so Chloe, welcome. All right, so here we go. We're gonna work with the curve cards real quick. Scotty, a good thought at your trauma. A good laugh at your trauma can heal quick and sweet. Exactly. I can laugh at it at this point. But I'm not in the trauma of, oh my God, this happened to me anymore. I didn't even realize it until just recently. So I saw a YouTube channel I love did a video on porn addiction this week, but am unable to link video. See DeGeo YouTube channel. Ooh, okay, interesting. But yeah, so a lot of people who trauma and porn, it all kind of fits in a lot. It's all of it in the universe, not my universe, even in the greater source field. All of the trauma stuff that we have going on this planet. All right, so let's work with the. Mine was more in the AB normal. All right, so let's work with the curve cards, guys. So what we're gonna do is red and black. So it's just gonna take 5 seconds here with 3 seconds per card. So real simple. Is this red or black? And we're not doing any breathing in or anything because if the shiznit hits the fan, you got to know immediately. You may not have time to sit down and meditate into it. You have to know immediately what to do and where to go. So we key up our intuition and start keying and sitting in that. There you go. All right, so we're gonna flip it. 1, 2, and 3. Black. Scotty got it right. And then I put it in the chat. All right. Is this red or black? Your choice. And if it's there you go. All right. 1, 2, and 3. It's black. So this is gonna be a memory test at this point. Is this red or black? Red. Exactly. And so the other one's red. It can happen when you're shuffling 4 cards. You do get the possibility of it being red instead of red and black or black. Yeah. So it is possible. Thank you, Hershey. And thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up. Please do like and subscribe. I never do ask. And yeah. And if you want to, it's my GoFundMe to escape from I feel like escape from New York, right? Escape from Colorado. But to get to where family and parental units are. After healing from trauma, running away from myself, to run back to myself after healing from trauma. So I mean, Colorado worked. We found the trauma, and it's being healed. So in that aspect, it was great. But yeah, it's time now to ground into love and to be a loving person and not sit here in a box by myself anymore. So if you want to help with the GoFundMe to do so, then yes, it's on my community tab there. I would be grateful. But all right, so yeah, there's way more to life than a quick fix. Porn and sex addiction, like other addictions, are ways we can choose to escape what we are running from. Exactly. There you go. All right, so we're gonna do suits on this one. So is this a heart diamond, a club, or a spade? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It is a heart. All right. Oh, thank you, Scotty. There you go. So grateful if my universe slips, and Scotty boy and I could be roommates. And I don't hold anything as impossible. I don't know anything. I'm just grateful. Take it one step at a time here, but thank you, Scotty. All right, next card is card here. Is this a heart, or is this a diamond, spade, or club? Serena, good dawning. All right, so Serena, if you missed, we figured out yesterday that why we had a short show is that at 2.5, I had an interesting encounter with a babysitter, and so yeah, and so now we're in the healing fashion, but that's why yesterday's show was short. So today's card is a diamond. All right. And again, they're shuffling. They keep shuffling red, red, black, black. And it's almost physically impossible to have it just come out like that 3 times because it happened before. 3 times in a row. All right. Is this a spade or a club? You got 50% now. What blows my mind is I woke speaking dragon light language and laughing in what I captured. Satch came in as a green dragon I was talking to. Awesome. All right. So this is, all right, guys, ready? Reveal. Going to the club. All right, and finally, we have, this will be the last one. So if you didn't know, we had 2 red and 2 black. All right, so we'll do that again tomorrow. That's the spades. But yeah, so tomorrow we'll again work with the curve cards. I may throw a couple more cards in there just to dice it up. Or we may do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But either way, we got a whole deck here. And I still have the bottle of curve, and it's mostly full, if that tells you anything too. So yeah, we can spray some curve. But yeah, you don't want me to explain my interesting encounter with my babysitter. Probably not, Scotty, but it's probably a little bit different than mine at 2.5 years old. But yeah, love my baby. I bet you did Scotty a favor. Woohoo! I'm on fire. And no coffee. Yet. Awesome. I haven't had but a sip. All right. So yeah. So change. Let's talk about some change here, and we'll ground into the rose quartz for healing, right? And to say the least. But yeah. So change. So now we talked to my mom. We didn't talk to my mom. Found out that the karmic that my mother was only due to the fact that she couldn't deal with me, and and that's fair. I've always came at her with anger and frustration, and so she had to build up her own wall as she did, and so she put. But you got it right, Chloe. You got it right. We're gonna do it again tomorrow. Well, we do it every day. I always recommend if you have a deck of cards, part of your dawning routine when you get up to wake up your intuition is to give it just 3 minutes and go red, black, or black, black, red, or whatever comes out. There's only so many combinations, either red, black, or black, red, or red, or black, black, and then red, or red, and black, black. There's only so many combinations with 4 cards. That's why you start with that. So you start juggling with 2 balls in one hand, so you can bring in a third, right? So eventually you want to bring in more numbers, and we will. We could start going through the deck itself. When you get good, and you can start going red, black, red, black. Then you can take it to the casino, right, and do red, black on the. No, I do not recommend doing red or black on the roulette table. You have a 48 or 49% chance of winning, 49.5%. But yeah, so but no, I don't recommend that because you have the odd 0 too. But if you want to play intuition there. Hurts my heart to hear that, Josh. So sorry you had to experience that somehow. Sending you love. Thank you, Serena. In favor. You have truth now. You can take the steps to heal. Exactly. Yeah, because I always was wondering, like, what the hell's the leftovers? This trauma here. Why is this trauma getting worse? Right. So in some aspects, I was starting to have more panic attacks, and now I know the panic attacks may be partly for being alone, but I generally know how to manage that. The panic attacks were from my body waking up to the trauma that it had, right? That had happened to it. So my panic attacks were based off of what happened when I was 2 years old. Mo, good dawning. I was molested by my mentally unstable brother. So favor there, Tina. So yeah, so exactly. Now I don't have any physical memories of it. My body holds the trauma, and once it was stated, I had a breakdown that proved, yeah, for sure. And eventually one day I'll get regressed and see it. But hey, our rotten past help us see who we are today, to say the least. But what the only thing that angers me, and it's not even really anger because it's just what is at this point, is that yeah, I missed all those years. I mean, in so many aspects, I never grounded into my own universe, not in any which way per se, until I started doing good doings. I never really came. I had that karma. I was karmic against myself, and now I know why. I was always negative and putting myself down and whatnot, not worthy of. Well, now we know why. At 2 years old, that's going to imprint like at 2.5 years old. Generally speaking, you're at the prime of anything imprinting into you. So, mother walking away, like literally one day, and my dad didn't. He's karmic like that. He didn't tell me this. According to my mother, I never knew she was in the hospital. I just thought she was gone. So every day I'm in a traumatic cortisol state already because I don't know where my mother is. According to her, she's abandoned me. And at 2, I can't imagine. I can't understand that. And so she's just gone. Then I have a babysitter comes in. So, right. And so all the core safety in my universe, gone. I'm still learning what kind of effects that has had on me. Yeah, so all the core safety that your mom's your protector and all that gone. And so that explains a lot. But yeah, so from my end, losing all that safety net from my mom there, I'm curious to see how it played out otherwise in my life and whatnot. But I barely remember mom till at 2. I don't have all my memories of childhood are blocked. Something floating in my coffee are blocked. But as this goes, I'm sure they'll clear out and clear up. But yeah. So what may be blocked in your universe, guys? That's the question here. And what are you not seeing and what is not being seen in your universe? When it comes to healing trauma, healing going in and seeing your trauma patterns and all that, keep in mind there may be stuff that like we've just learned here on my universe that may be blocked. And even when you think you're like, I'm disco. I'm good, right? No, there's still clear that. And so yeah, it's like a never-ending clearing anyways. If you really think about what goes on with trauma clearing, um, and that's really, when we talk about being ascended or ascending, are we really ascending anywhere? Are you rising up in frequency? Yes. You know why? Because you're dropping all the dense crap that's sitting in your field. That's why you ascend, so to speak. It's not like you're really going anywhere. You're still standing here on planet Earth. You're still, or game realm Earth, however you want to see it. You're still standing here in your frame. But the question is, yeah, if you're dropping all that trauma, then you're vibrating at a higher space. But there we go, guys. All right, so I haven't channeled in a minute, and I'm going to do a quick channeling here. This is the show is originally based on channeling. Now it's kind of more shifted, channeling and energetics. It's more shifted towards energetics and you guys creating your universe. But I will channel. Keep in mind that channeling, if you are watching channelers, and if you're watching like an open channeler or a trans channeler, a lot of trans channelers, guys, maybe we are in an energetic realm that has, if you could see, we can't see it. That's why we only see less than 1% of the light spectrum. But if you could see it, there'd be beings and stuff every which way you look. You turn around, there'd be an awfully crowded living room that I'd be sitting in right now, right? So from your end, that's why you don't see any of that stuff. We only see very little. We have to feel into the... So when I'm channeling, am I really channeling Saint Germain and his actual... No, not at all. I'm channeling my higher self as Saint Germain. Any channeler, are they really... I'm not specifically going to state for any other channeler, but mostly possession, higher self, what have you. Are you literally... but since we're all the same energy anyways, is it really just a fractionalized fraction of yourself in a twisted sort of way anyways when you're channeling somebody else? Like, you're all the energy of Saint Germain. You all have Saint Germain within you. You all can be Saint Germain just as easily. My squeak kids were told I abandoned them. The challenge for me there will have opportunities to heal that, though. Have to let them go on lower levels. Ooh, favor, Lindsay. But yeah, my mother thinks that, basically I abandoned my mother, but that's because it was a retaliatory abandonment when she was in the hospital. Favor, Lindsay, there. All right, so let's channel here and see what we get. We'll bring in Saint Germain and do a channeling, guys. And I'm grateful for all of you. Purple Christine, good dawning. Oh, baby crying outside. Fine, I got the patio door open. All right, so let's do some channeling and again, reach into my higher self. So a lot of the channelers that you see again, are they channeling, or is it their higher self, or are they possessed? You don't know. So be careful who you do watch. If you're watching this or anybody else, Daniel Scranton or anybody, just keep your energy straight. I'm not saying he is or isn't. I'm just saying your intuition is your guide. Fortunately, a lot of things, like we said, we don't see it. You have to feel into it. So as you're feeling into other channelers, make sure that you're feeling the balance in them and in yourself. Don't let anybody co-opt your energies, guys. All right. So for myself, we just do a quick clearing of the energies in front of me. Whoosh. And I'll center up here. All right, Saint Germain, we are grateful that you are here. We are channeling through Josh for you, to you directly today, right? We are grateful. Archangel Raphael used to channel with us. He has separate energy now. And we are grateful for you, Josh. And for all of you out there, take Josh's lesson, right? That you are never fully healed, right? That there may be something hidden in your frame. Your intuitive hit will tell you if there's something inside of you that you are missing, right? That's why we are doing the fast energetics intuitively on this channel, right? Because if you are fast with your intuition, right, then you can go red, black, red. And and you can feel into it. Then as you start to feel out of space, right, you will start to see the clues. As you start to see in your universe the same reactions, the same trauma reactions, right? As you start to feel the void that is sitting inside you, exactly, your intuition will tell you that something may be missing. And for Josh, his intuition was spot on, right? Ooh, something is not right. And he had known that for a while, but then it got confirmed, right? So from your universe, is there confirmation that you need? We are talking about sitting in your intuition and knowing intuitively your universe, right? So from your end, are you checking in with yourself? Are you slowing down to your intuition? We're not talking about having you sit down and meditate, right? but we are talking about seeing deeper inside yourself. If there is locked trauma inside yourself, you're not going to get a flashlight and have somebody with a key to open the lock for you. It is your intuition that is going to go, wait, this does not feel right. Something feels wrong. Something feels off. Something, the Superman curl, right? We are going to, but something feels off, like you are not in space, right? So from your end, can you sit with your intuition? Is there something that you've been questioning inside yourself or about yourself? That is how you will see that there may be blocked or hidden trauma, right? Do realize that some of the trauma that you are trying to clear may not be visible in your frame or in your universe. It only might be there based on feeling or intuitiveness, or sitting down and looking back at your patterns and what you may have already cleared. So do keep that in mind, that for each and every one of you, the results may vary and it may be different, but as you clear your traumas, there is generally going to be something that is going to be hidden within inside yourself that you are going to need to release as well. Not all of your traumas are so easily seen right in front of you. But of course, when you are going through the dark night, those are the surface layer, the first layer traumas come right out, then you get deeper as time goes on. So you sit down and you can't figure out what is left. There is trauma. You can feel it. Things are acting weird. I am still behaving in a way that shows that there might be hidden trauma. I am still doing things karmically or saying things to myself that may still indicate that there is a tad bit of trauma, right? So what is not cleared, that is where your intuition has to come in. You have to stand in your intuition, stand in your frame, ground yourself, and really trust in what you are feeling, right? If Josh did not trust in what he was feeling, then you would not see what you have seen. You would not have, right? He would still be trying to figure it out, right? But once he trusted his intuition, ooh, something happened, right? You got the confirmation as best as possible. We get to, if you want to regress Josh, send him an email. Then he'll have confirmation. But what you are seeing, what you are understanding, then, there you go. So from your universe, are you able to see that? Are you able to step into your frame, into your universe, and see intuitively what is missing, what is not there, and what is needing to be there? Can you see through your intuition where others in your universe may not be healed, where they may be showing false light, or maybe what have you? So in your universe, it is very important to build up your intuition, to stand in that frame of your intuition, to be able to see the larger picture of your universe in general, to see where you need to go, to understand where you are as well, intuitively, right? Is your intuition your friend or your enemy? That's your question for you today. Are you working with your intuition? Are you pausing and letting the sound come? No, we're not talking about pausing for long, right? Pausing for a second, going, what's next? Oh, I need to go to the park. Intuitively, are you feeling it in, grounding it in, right? From what's next for Josh, you go grocery shopping. For next for you, fill up your gas tank, right? If things are, gas could go like that, even though your gasoline has been sitting around for 4 months, right? Keep that in mind, that when they raise the price on gas, it's really raising the price on future crude oil. The gas is already paid for. There's no difference in the price. They are just passing on their fears and their greediness to you, right? Because the gas has been, the gas station has paid for it. The price has not changed. It's only going up at this point because they want to make more money. When the delivery of the gasoline that comes from the war, if you know what we are saying here, right? So if there's things going on and you get gasoline 5 months from now, that gasoline might be more expensive because the oil came from during the, right, you get it. So, but nonetheless, ground into your intuition. What is it telling you to do? What is it telling you you are missing? And what is it telling you you need to hear or you need to see in your universe? When you are thinking you are fully healed, give your intuition time to come back and say, oh, not yet. No, not yet. It's like the Kembe Makumbo, right? No. Smack. You are not done. You have more intuitive stuff to release. Are you in understanding? If you are, then you will take a moment today, right? Only a moment. Is there anything left to? All you have to do is ask our universe, what is left to release? Let me see it in my frame. And move on. There you go. All right. So we are grateful that you are here. We are grateful that Josh figured out what is blocked him, right? And if there is something that is blocking you, see it, release it. Don't carry it with inside you, right? And now for Josh, now he has to get back and see where the trauma is from that, right? What trauma is going on and what has it blocked outside of relationships in his universe basically for 48, 49 years? What has it blocked otherwise? Why is it continuing to create blocks in his universe, right? So from your end, if you are seeing you have other traumas, other things that happen, maybe things that are blocked that come up in your universe, how can you heal it and clear it, right? That is the point of all of this, right? Is to heal and to clear so that you can realize you are the source, right? And whatever happened to the body didn't happen to you anyways, right? You are not your body. You are tuned into the body. Think of your body like you are plugged in, and the body and you are plugged in, but you are not the body, right? You remember the movie Aliens, right? Where Sigourney Weaver, she gets into the suit, right? And the robotic suit, and she's moving around and she's battling the aliens and she's walking like a with the robotic suit, right? That is you inside your body, right? So you are the energy, you are the controller of the robotic suit. So other than its autonomic functions, but you are controlling it, right? So in that aspect, what are you feeling from it? And then you are able to clear it and stop feeling negative vibrations. Are you seeing? So let your body, as you are walking around within the suit, right? Let yourself feel what the suit is trying to tell you as source of the suit, what it is needing. And then there you go, because it's the body that releases the trauma. You are source. You are all healed, right? You are the great of everything, if you can see that. It's the body that holds the trauma and vibrates it out into the greater source field. So for Josh, he was vibrating that trauma for 49 years, right? And so it would react. People would react. They'd see the trauma. Those who were clear enough could see the trauma and walk away. Employers who did not want to hire the traumatic did not hire him, right? And exactly. So you see that, but only so many do, right? So exactly. But where has that been blocking, Josh? So that's his next step, is to see what has been blocking and where has it been blocking and move on through and from there. So in your universe, again, take a moment and look into your universe and see what could be blocking, what could still be there, and what do you need to clear out of your frame. Releasing transmission. Yeah, the channelings are getting more quick, concise, and we don't even need to go into I am Archangel Saint Germain. We have channel. No, because really it's just my higher self. And shoom, we close it out. So yeah, so in that aspect, as my higher self or Saint Germain was saying there, keep in mind that there may be hidden trauma within you don't even realize, but you are, and you think you may have, like just with my situation, or you may think you're clearing trauma, and you may be, and there may be more trauma coming in. We don't know. That's why, again, your intuition will tell you, and this is all based off of my intuition, and more. And we could, and we can't really ask my father this situation because he doesn't have any memories, right? He's got full frontal lobe dementia. Fortunately, your old memories aren't stored there, but he's starting to misfile his old memories as well. So, and he did not want to see the abuse. He closed his eyes to it. So, exactly. So we leave it alone. It just opens cans of worms. So it's really just now about healing myself, forgiving my father who didn't know any better, and forgiving my mother for being karmic my whole life because I never realized how karmic I was. And sometimes you push people to corners, right? And you put somebody to a corner after going, no, leave me alone, no, leave me alone, no, leave me alone, every day, all the time. Can I make you breakfast? No, F off. Can I make you? No, leave me alone. Would you like? No, go away. Exactly. So realizing all of that. Yeah, exactly. Missed opportunities. So, but at least now I can see that, and it's not my mother. And sometimes what we think isn't even actually the case. What we see isn't until we get a greater, bigger slice of the picture. That's part of it, is seeing the bigger picture. All right, so let's work with the rose quartz, and of course, energetics only works with your permission. And so, with you staying here, that's your permission. If you want to close your phone or what have you, I certainly understand. Then we will close out with a group hug. I'm grateful for each and every one of you as we start the new journey with the new me and the new good dawning. What other people are going through and how they react to you is often has little to do with 99% of the time. It has nothing to do with you. I was standing here as an example. I was at Red Rocks, standing there waiting right by. There's a bus stop at Red Rocks because the theater is way up here, but the parking is down around it. So there's shuttle buses to take you up the hill, right? And you get out and go in and then go to the show. And so this lady comes over and she's like, "Excuse me, I've been waiting. Can you tell me when the bus is coming?" I'm trying to use her voice. And I was like, no, I don't know. I don't have. She's like, "We have a radio." I'm like, "Radio doesn't tie to the buses." And she's like, "Well, why not? Can you tie it in?" And there you go. And then she starts getting karmic, right? So people don't see, you don't see the trauma that you're splaying out there. And then she's like starts screaming, literally, and not screaming, like throwing a minor tantrum. Well, how come you guys don't know where the bus is? We've been waiting, and I'm gonna miss. And so you are absolutely correct there that a lot of the 99% of what we run into is somebody else's trauma reactions, their fears, and their deal being displayed on you as we do to others as well. And so that's how we heal the planet: is stop throwing our trauma around each other, like monkeys and dung, right? Have you ever seen a monkey throw its own dung, its own poop? We do that with our traumas. We fling our traumas to each other. And so in that aspect, I was like, ma'am, there's nothing I can do. And she's like, oh, I know there's something you could do. And she walks away going, this man doesn't want to help me. And she's literally telling the whole line, this guy doesn't want to help me. He's not telling me when, and she's lying it out because I had no idea when the bus was. And she's like, so, and it's really, yeah, it's just, it was all her trauma. And I even told her, ma'am, let's do some breathing exercises here, and we can't control when the bus is going to get here. And then I finally asked her, do you watch your pot when it boils and yell at the water? Because it got to that point. Like, ma'am, it's not going to do any good. But right. So yelling at your water when the pot's boiling. But yeah, we love our rocks. So yeah, so favor. So yeah, people react in trauma all the time. It's a matter of then does it trigger your trauma or not, and you step into it. All right, so let's work with the rose quartz here, guys. Here we go, with your permission. We'll just do a couple minutes here, but energetically, that's all it really takes, per se. All right. So healing, new healing phase in my universe, new healing phase in your universe. And yes, we will discuss a few things in the group circle as far as energetic in the current universe and what's going on in the greater source field. But I do highly recommend, and it was recommended to me as well by somebody else today. Thank you, and I'm grateful for you, to go to the grocery store and to get gas. So yeah, I will go to the grocery store and get a few things, and I will get some gas for my car. Better to spend the money now when you can get more out of it than spend it later when gas goes, if gas goes to like $3 or $4 a gallon or something. But not in my universe, right? I'm grateful though. I get the cheapest gas in Colorado. If you go out the highway to the highway from where I live, there are 5 gas stations, and each gas station, and they made national news during COVID, 2020, the summer of, and 2021, they made national news because they're the gas wars. So gas out here is about $3.40, $3.19 to $3.29, $3.39 now a gallon. You go out to the highway, it's $2.48. So yeah, and that's always the case. I mean, during the day it may be a little more, like $2.50, $2.75. But if you go at night, like at 1 a.m., it could be as low as $2. They just fight each other out. And so yeah, and since they made national news, now they have pride in it. And so yeah, so I get cheaper gas. But yeah, so get gas today, guys, and definitely fill up your fridge with some of the staples. All right, and you may be feeling this is rose quartz. Of course, you feel that in your root and sacral chakras. The knot that was in my root chakra has started to slide up. It's now at my solar plex, my gut, and so my intuitive chakra. But now I know I had a knot in my root chakra, like a combo knot in my root and sacral chakras. All right, so we're going to pull out any blocking energies today. Ooh, what's that? Get rid of that. Give me that. All right. Do 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 do. All right, so who's live today? Today's Friday. I don't know who's live, honestly. Saturday, I know that it's weekend, right? So we're gonna have an amazing weekend as well. So ground into that. We'll put that into the circle as well. But let's close this out, guys. And today, live, Lucky Stone's live Saturday night. Friday, I don't know who's live. Mo's live tonight. Or no, not Mo. Hershey's live tonight. There we go. Hershey will be live tonight. And who else is live? I don't think anybody else really is. Care Bear, I'm not sure. She doesn't always go live on Fridays. So I haven't checked her channel if she's setting up a live. I don't think she is today. She doesn't usually go live on Fridays, but that doesn't mean she won't. I don't know. What is French toast? French toast. All right, guys, let's seal this off and make some French toast. Better Off Dead. Oh, Better Off Dead is an amazing movie. Here we are, Howard Cosell. If you with the that's an amazing. Better Off Dead. There you go. John Cusack skiing, old school, funny. There you go. The French girl. Yeah, I feel bad for that French girl. For sure. Not remembering that reference, but yeah. All right. So yeah, Better Off Dead. The skiing scene is absolutely hilariously fake, but otherwise it's a good movie. But when he has a ski contest there, I'm giving it away. But if you haven't seen it, it's like 1983. So favor to you. Yeah. So the skiing contest, yeah, crazy. One ski, no less, right? I don't know how he pulls that one off. Right? $2. $2. Yeah, go knock on somebody's door and ask them for $2 and then run away. All right. All Better Off Dead references. $2. That's the newspaper boy wanting $2 for the karmic newspaper boy. But all right. So let's close this out, guys, with a group hug. So left arm goes up on the person to your left. Right arm goes up to the person to your right. There's a few energetics we have not discussed. We will throw them into the group circle here. You know what's going on this planet. And if you don't, be grateful because, yeah, favor, it's been an interesting 48 hours on this planet. To say the least. Hugging you all, the Paperboy. Yes. All right. Remember the video game Paperboy? You had to throw the newspapers and knock people out, hit the cat and stuff. Remember that? And the bicycle. I used to go cut through a bowling alley to go to school, and they had the Spy Hunter, Paperboy. So yeah, I played Spy Hunter and Paperboy every day on my way to school because the bowling alley was open early for like early league. I have no idea, but yeah. So all right. So put our left arm up to the person to your left, right arm up to the person to your right. We send love from our left arm. We spin it around. It'll come back around to you, come through your right hand, right through your heart chakra and your chest, and right back out through your left hand. And we spin that love around, and we connect our love like a reverse tornado, right? We push it up into the greater source field, and we keep our love connected to the greater source field. We see each and every one of us here in love and light and peace and happiness, and of course, in favor. We see everybody in the universe in love and light and peace, happiness, and favor as well. Everybody else out in the greater source field. We see, and we're sending peace and love to the Middle East. We see the two I countries, Israel and Iran. We see love and peace. We see discussion over fighting. We see love over hate. We see unity over disunity, and we see cooperation on this planet. We send love and favor to each and every one involved, and send love and favor to this planet and the energies within. Exactly. All right. So outside of that, we see each and every one of us on this planet with four walls. Everybody on this planet should have a right to have a house, a decent house, with at least four walls, probably more, I would hope. We can build a house for everybody on this planet, put them in Texas, give them 2 bedrooms and 2,000 square feet and an acre of land. Did you know that? That's everybody, every infant, every human, every man, woman, and child. We do not have a overpopulation problem in any fashion, form, or way. We have a density problem in our inner cities, but we do not have an overpopulation problem. We see each and every one of us in those houses with fresh water. There's no reason why anybody should be running to the river, lake, stream, mud, what have you, to scoop water out, bring it back to their house, set it on some sort of fired device, set it on some sort of heat, boil it for 20 to 40 minutes, and then finally wait for it to cool just to get a glass of water. That's insane. On this planet, we have a box that's been invented. It takes 10% of you, 10% or more humidity. You get fresh, clean water. And we see that for everybody. We see each and every one of us as well with fresh fruits and vegetables. There's no reason why anybody on this planet should be starving. Yet a big percentage of this planet goes hungry every day. Why? 50% of the food on this planet doesn't even make it to market, to table, or anything else. It just gets thrown away. So yeah, so you can see then there's a correlation. So on this planet here, there is enough food to go around, and we see that going around to those who are in need. Everybody deserves a good square meal a day, at least one, and or more. And everybody deserves that, and there's enough to go around on this planet. See each and every one of us with health and health as well. Everybody deserves decent health care. We see each and every one of us as well with love and respect and purpose. Everybody on this planet should have love, respect, and purpose as well. And we see each and every one in that. We see the governments of the world dismantling their militaries and, of course, apologizing for all the lying, crafting, and karmic stuff they've done to their citizens. We see the military themselves putting their weapons down and shaking the hands of those they would have shot otherwise. We see each and every one of us in our highest loving light. We see Suzette with a respite care for her mom, driving off in her fixed car for 4 days of chill. We see Henny with her new apartment. We see Yolanda standing strong after her fall. We see everybody out there. We see Karen Suki going to her doctor, not having to go to her doctor in Estes. We see Rick completely never having to go back to an oncologist for any reason at all. We see all of you out there, anybody having any issues at all, anything going on. Lindsay in her new universe. We see Chloe and Chloe's Crystal Shop.com selling amazing amounts of awesome crystals. If you haven't checked out Chloe's video, which I did, and please do check it out under her videos. It's her latest video about the name for her channel or her website. And you can get a preview of her website as well. It's gorgeous and it's awesome. And yeah, fantastic. All right, guys. Welcome, Karma. Grateful to see you. Love you. All right, guys. We're going to close this out here. I am grateful for each and every one of you. We take that love that we have and we release it into the greater source field. We see Mother Gaia, of course, with no X's in the sky, no forever chemicals or plastic, and we close this out. Hallelujah, sealed. So it is. Grateful. You go out into the universe today. Remember, your resonant vibration can affect other resonant vibrations today. We're going to do something a little different. As you get out there, you are responsible for the vibration that you carry into the universe today. So carry that vibration with love and peace. Be the love that you choose today. And as you choose to be more love, you bring in more love, you see more love, you vibrate more love, and more love spins where? Around you in your universe. Awesome. All right, guys, send love to, we're going to hold Middle East. Take a moment here, if you would, before we go. And just take a moment in silence for the energies of the world and send love in that silence just for 1 minute, and then we're going to close out. All right, so for 1 minute, and I will count down a literal minute here, guys. We're going to take silence. If you want to drop off, I understand. Then we're going to close out. And we're going to have silence for what's going on energetically in Mother Gaia, and we're going to hold up more love and more light. Here we go, guys. Take a minute, please. All right, I was close enough to a minute. As you go out in the field today, guys, remember the resonant energy you carry brings it all back. So I love you. Stay awesome. And I will see you all in the next. Thank you, Lucky. Joy, peace, and favor to you all and to the whole earth. Mother Gaia will survive. It's humanity that needs the peace. Favor, guys. I love you all. Thank you. And I will see you all in the next. Thank you, guys.